How to identify a roach in 3 seconds or less so you know what type of roach you're dealing with. In today's video, that's exactly what I'm going to show you guys how to do. Stay tuned. Hey guys, welcome to the channel, CraigHowToPest.com. If you've never been to this channel before, guys, and don't know what it's about, I'm going to tell you right now. This is where we highlight professional grade products and then we show you DIYers how to use them. If that's something that's of interest to you guys, hit that subscribe button down below, and these videos come out multiple times a week. Also guys, we are going to throw links up in the channel during the video, and you can direct order by punching on those links. Guys, it's YouTube shopping and it couldn't be any easier. So if you see a product you like, just hit that button. But hey, without any further ado, let's get into today's video. Welcome to the first episode of Roach Academy. I'm so excited to do this for you guys. This is YouTube shows, and we are going to dedicate a video library, a video series with episodes that are just going to be dedicated to one specific insect. It is going to be roaches, and that's where you're at right now, Roach Academy. I'm going to tell you guys how to identify the roaches. I'm going to tell you guys how to use the right product. I'm going to walk you through the methods of how to do that and the do's and don'ts so you can get your house roach free. But that's right, today's episode number 1 on YouTube shows is how to identify that roach. When you get a roach, you don't know what you're dealing with most times. You get it in the bathtub, you get it in the sink. We get these questions all the time. What kind of roach is this? I have them in my kitchen. Well, let's get into that in today's video. And I'm going to deal with 3 roaches today. We are going to deal with the German roach, we're going to deal with the American roach, and we're going to deal with the Oriental roach. Now, I understand there's other roaches out there. There's the brown bandit, there's wood roaches, and so on and so on. But these are the 3 most common roaches that we get questions about and what most of you deal with. So let's start with numero uno, the German roach. This is the one that nightmares are made of. You wake up in the middle of the night, you flip the lights on in the kitchen, and these things are just scurrying all over the place. Well, most likely that's going to be a German roach. Now, what is the best way, the easiest way to identify that German roach? German roaches have 2 black lines behind their head on the top of their body. Now, I want you to think of this word, pronotum. You don't need to know this other than just to know that's what we're talking about, where these markings will be. And this pronotum, just think of pronotum. This is where those markings will be when I tell you how to identify those roaches. So on the German roach, you're going to have the head where the antennae are attached to. Now, right behind that head, it's like a protective shell. That is the pronotum. That is where you're going to find on a German roach those 2 black lines. And we'll put a picture right here and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Now, the other thing I want you to do or understand is when you have German roaches, think of food. Think of the grocery store. German roaches are typically found in kitchens. They can be found in bathrooms, but it's usually kitchens, behind refrigerators, behind microwaves, dishwashers, cabinets, etc., because they want to be around the food. Now, I mentioned bathrooms. Where are you going to find German roaches in the bathroom? Believe it or not, you have food in the bathroom, and that is the scum from soaps, from shampoos, lotions, things like that. So you can find them occasionally in the sinks and in the bathtub. Now, the reason they're there is usually once they've come into that section, they can't get out. It's too slick of a surface, especially those bathtubs. So you'll find them down there along the drains. Now, there are exceptions to every rule out there. You can find German roaches in other places, but this is typically what I want you guys to think about as food. German roaches, food. Now, German roaches are the smallest roach we're going to talk about today. So I told you how to identify them with the 2 black bands on the head. I want you to think 1/2 inch or smaller. Like I said, remember, exceptions to every rule, but this is general. So we're going to take a quarter right here. This is the easiest way to remember this. A quarter is typically a little over 1 inch. Now, a German roach is going to be less than half the size of this quarter. Some can be bigger, some can be smaller. It depends on the stage, the life cycle, where they're at. The babies, they're tiny. You're barely going to see them. But as they get bigger, they'll become usually about half the size of this quarter, and they're going to be a tannish color. They can be a darker tan or a light tan, but German roaches are typically tan in color. Now, let's talk about the next roach out there, American roach. It's the largest roach that we're going to talk about today. Now, how are you going to identify the American roach? So before we get into size, how do you identify it? Because you could have a German roach in your bathtub. You could have a German roach in your sink. But I want you to identify a German roach by going to that pronotum again. Like I told you, behind the head is that protective shield, and they are going to have what's called a figure 8. A lot of pros like to call this, etymologists like to call this a figure 8. It's going to be sideways though on the body, so it'll look like 2 round dots on there, which that's why they say figure 8. And again, we'll put a picture up here on the screen. It'll make more sense to you. It's an easy DIY way to determine German versus the American. But the American is the largest roach. Now you see this quarter right here? American roaches in general are going to be the size of this quarter or larger. We're talking an inch, a half an inch to 2 inch is the size of those bad boys. And color wise, they're going to be reddish. Now, I want you to know this too. American roaches can fly, but I'm not talking like a bird here. I'm talking like a grasshopper. So short little spurts that they can do. People are always amazed by that. But when you think of American roach, I want you to think of giant, and I want you to think of outside dweller. Now they're inside because they just accidentally get there. You may have brought one in accidentally. It may have just come in from the outside. It typically does not want to be on the inside. You're going to find these American roaches in mulch. You're going to find them in sprinkler boxes. That's a big one. They'll be around moist areas like the next roach we're going to talk about, but typically outside, flower beds, things like that. So think outside for the American roach. Now, let's talk about that last roach, the Oriental roach. Now, see this quarter right here? The Oriental roach is going to be about half an inch. Could be smaller, could be a little bigger, but typically a half inch. So remember, German's the smallest, American's the biggest, and then Oriental is going to be the medium-sized roach. Now, what did I say also? Color-wise, you're going to have the light brown tan for the German. You're going to have the reddish color for the American, and the Oriental is going to be a black, a shiny black. There are going to be no distinctive markings on the pronotum, like I just said on the other roaches. No distinctive markings. It's just going to be a shiny black. And where are you going to find the Oriental roaches? Typically in moist areas. So I want you to think Oriental, shiny, and moist. They love moisture. You're going to find these outside. You're going to find them in wet areas. They could be in sprinkler boxes, but they're typically going to be like in boiler rooms. They're going to be in basements, crawl spaces, anywhere, sump pumps, anywhere that it's damp is where you're typically going to find the Oriental roach. So those are your 3 most typical roaches that most customers out there we find, even myself as a pro, it's the most common roaches that I deal with. But identification, just remember, you got small is going to be German, and you're going to think food. You're going to have your second one, which is going to be the American. Think outside dwellers, and think large, giant. And then you have that Oriental, which is going to be that shiny black, no distinctive markings. The German, the 2 stripes on the protum. The American, the figure 8. Now that figure 8 is going to be yellowish in color to reddish in color. So it'll look, sometimes it's hard to see, but if it doesn't have the lines, it's not a German. If it's large, it's an American. Now, in episode 2, we're going to go into dealing with each specific roach. So I want you guys to stay tuned for that episode. But man, if you have any comments on this episode, shoot them in the comment section. I'm happy to answer them for you, but I'm hoping that this is going to really narrow it down for you guys and help you identify the roach that you're dealing with. Because if you identify the roach incorrectly and you start treating for what you think is a German, but it's an Oriental, this can bite you in the butt, and you're going, why is this not killing the roaches? Because it says it kills roaches. Well, it may, but it may not kill the roach you're going after. So identification is huge. It's huge for us pros out there. It's huge for you DIYers. Identify your roach and then grab the right treatment plan. And that's what we're going to talk about in episode 2. Stay tuned.